And this is a very common Sears Craftsman Contractor Series maximum developed 3 horsepower saw. Truth is, all they really put's about a 1.5 on here. It's hard to crank from time to time, but it does a good job for me, and the fence system is decent. The problem I have is this. For anybody curious, that's what kind of dado stack it is. It's about $100 or a little over. Okay. I want to make a 1/4 inch groove. So I'll put them by direction. Mount this one on first. Then I'll mount this one. Seems like I'd be ready, but I'm not. Because with this saw, even though it's a 5/8 arbor, I get this. That's a lot of wiggle. In this video, I'm going to show you how I do away with that. Take them out of the saw. You mount them somewhat flat. I take a 5/8 Forstner bit. It seems to be pretty accurate. And I line it up that way. Make sure they're oriented where the teeth don't hit each other. Take a pair of vice grips, squeeze it there. Gently turn it. Squeeze it again. Make sure you didn't move it. Seems to be pretty accurate. Making sure the arrows are right, I'll put it in. And see, I could have actually grabbed it down lower or raised the blade to get a better job. But this should do good. Make sure your saw's unplugged, by the way. Thank you. Gently release the vice grips. Try not to hit any of the teeth or chip them anyway. And here's my drawing for the doll cabinet. I just wrote on the paper the pieces I need, the number of pieces I need, and so on. Where the shelf will be. Top's going to be 38. The bottom part's going to be 38 by 48. So it'll be 38 by 49 total by 13 and a half. 13 and a half being the top. There's the door. Have a glass pane. There are the parts. I made sure the doors were made of 7/8 stock, because 3/4 looks a little bit skinny, which is partly why I don't use my coping stick router bits much anymore. And the way the joinery is set up, to be 1/2 inch grooves and 1/2 inch tenons. It's going to be a lot like a coping stick, except it's going to be made with the table saw. And here are my parts for it. Those 4 are the side raised panel pieces. That is the top. I was lucky enough to get a top from a single piece. Lucky me. It did have one repair there on the back edge, but it'll sand out nice. My daughter's room, which there's also a video on, is made out of white ash, but this is white oak. and it's somewhat streaky. I think it'll look nice. I'm going to leave it light colored. I may not even stain it. Maybe would go just with the linseed oil and shellac or lacquer. And over there are my shelves. So there'll be very little plywood used in this thing, if any. To get a little into the math on the setup, not for the doors, but for the sides, I got 3/4 inch stock, or 0.75. The groove is actually 0.260, which is 10 thousandths over a quarter. So I took the stock thickness minus the groove, and I got 0.49. Divided 0.49 into 2, and got 245. Now to measure from the blade to the fence, I just take the 0.245 plus 0.260, and I come up with 0.505, which makes sense. 10 thousandths split is 5, so it should be 5 over half. And that's what I've got. Ready. And I'll be sure to check this, because even with this kind of accuracy, it can still be off just a bit. While I'm at it, I also need to set it up for that 1/2 inch height. Pretty close on that. It's time to run a sample. I've got some cutoffs left over from this job. That's the exact same thickness as the rest of it. And that's what I'll use. Took time to mark which side went to the fence. I'll see just how accurate they are. Looks like this one's thinner than the other. 234. 260. Not good. But since it's marked, I know that the fence needs to go that way. To add more here, take off more here. We got 235 and 260, so we're 25 thousandths off. Need to split that. I'll move this over 12 thousandths. Okay, I'm going to mark this here. It's the bad one, so I won't accidentally look at it again. Still use the fence mark. Try this again. It definitely looks better, but is it better? We got 248, 249. Close enough. So that's dead center. If this stock does run a few thousandths over, then they'll all be the same. This one here is a little over. Definitely close enough for me. That looks really good. There's one of my joints. another, another, and another. Two middle stiles are cut from a single board, and they'll match back up where they meet, because these will be open panel doors. These are ready for glue up. So while my dado stack was still in the saw, I lowered it to 3/8 and put a groove here. This is the side of the frame and panel. And the front edge of the frame and panel assembly to the side. Then I put a matching groove in the front face frame before it's even assembled. That'll help me get a good job with some persuasion. You get the idea. That'll make a good job and help line up this edge and strengthen it as well. It's also a good way to get rid of those extra pieces that usually end up in the firewood box. So I hope this video was helpful. Dado stack is about all I was used, that and the standard blade. I bump cut these tenons on the table saw sled. And I'll do a video on that some other time. If you like, please click like and subscribe. See you next time.